This video is about Auria. That it is a DAW for your iPad, which is amazing. So I only have an iPad 1, so I started using it and I started getting errors. And then I even started using my wife's iPad 2 and I still got errors. So the error would be hard disk overload or data overload. So to fix that in Auria, most likely the problem is that your hard drive on your iPad is too full. So you can see here, I actually, this is an iPad 1, and I've got a really long recording from my band going even 132 minutes. So that's to prove that an iPad 1 can record for quite a long time, even the iPad 1. So, you know, it can do it. Now, and it can record even, like I've done 4 tracks, no problem. I'm sure you could do more. It's just more about your hard drive, and you got to have tons of hard drive space. So originally I had about 3 gig spare, which obviously is way too low. You'd think that might be enough, but it's not. You need, like, you know, as much as you can get, 10 gig, 15 gig or more for this thing to operate nicely and smoothly. So how do you do that? How do you find out how to delete apps and get stuff off your iPad so you can actually use your Auria app? So what you got to do is you got to go into your settings. You got to go into usage. From there, you can actually see where you're at. So you can see I've got 13.1 gig available. So that's quite usable. You can see Auria, I'm using 7.7 gig. And so you can start seeing here where your usage is coming from. So like, for instance, GarageBand has 1.7 gig and Amplitude have 1.6 gig. So here's where you can start to figure out what apps are chewing up your data. And then basically on an iPad, you've got to manage your data. It's not like a computer. Maybe you've got 500 gig and you can just kind of just keep going and going and going. With the iPad, when you're kind of done with a project, it's best to get rid of it or export it out to your computer so it's off, and then you can keep your high file sizes. So you can see even in Auria here, okay, the actual app size is only 256 meg, but you can see it's 7.4 gig of actual usage on the iPad. So again, if you've got if this is right here available, if you're down to even probably less than 4 or 5, you want to delete some apps or files off your iPad. The big one is usually photos, so get your photos and music off there. And then that's what I did. I basically deleted everything but what I need on there, and then I can actually enjoy using Auria. Alright, and I have a blog which I've written up most of this stuff about too as well, and some other Auria posts. So thank you. Okay, bye.